What's going on, fam? What's going on, fam? It's your boy, the Tubi King, coming to you once again. Hey, as I always say, I pray that you have had a great day up until this point and that it continues to be great. If you have not had a great day up until this point, I pray that from this moment forward that your day does get exponentially better in my TI vernacular. But man, we got a great one for y'all tonight, man. Hey, I'm just gonna hop right into it, man. I'm gonna let them introduce themselves, fam. Go ahead, man, and let everybody know who y'all are.
How you good, man? My name is Devon Bray. We got a film production company called Bray Films, and we also run an elite marketing called Bray Elite Marketing on
Yes.
social media. And this
And
is
I'm Naomi Bray. I'm his wife.
yeah,
And everything he just said, we have Bray Elite Marketing. We also have Bray Films Production Company. We're also over Best New Tubi Movies group on Facebook.
yeah.
And yeah,
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up, man. So where are y'all from?
Wichita, Kansas, man, in the middle of the
Wichita, man. So
yeah.
with y'all banging out films like y'all do, man, and y'all tell people where y'all from, do y'all ever get that Wichita? Do y'all ever
yes.
get that?
A lot of people don't know. Or they be like, because Kansas City going to the Super Bowl. They like Kansas City. I was like, nah, it's
No.
2 hours away, but quite.
Man, so what got y'all into doing films?
Well, it was really an elevation because me and my dad, we started off just shooting music videos, doing weddings, photography, and stuff like that. And so once we kind of maxed out there and feel like, like this is like what's next, it was the transition of short films. So
Yeah.
we
Okay.
actually got like 20 episodes of short films on YouTube, that we have. And that's how we started. And then once we did what 16, 17. Once we did about 2 years of that, we was like, it's time to do a feature film. So we shot our first feature film, which is Pearl One, in 2018.
Yeah.
And ever
Okay.
since then, man, we ain't looked back.
Yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So let me get a little personal. Since y'all a husband and wife duo, did y'all meet like during like the films y'all made? Y'all were like high school sweethearts, or how did that work out?
No. So our parents went to the same church, and he was at that church when he was 2 years old, and I came into the ministry when I was like a baby, like one. So we grew up around each other, and our parents were very close friends. So
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
wow, wow.
Yeah.
So y'all was meant to be. Your ribs,
Yeah.
huh?
That's what
Y'all,
That's what it feels
that's what
like,
it feels like,
definitely.
for real.
man, see, man, that's something that I would have never guessed it. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
and then it's a blessing on top of that because you know what I'm saying, y'all both doing what y'all love, y'all are able, you know what I'm saying, to do it together. And you could tell that y'all, you know what I'm saying, support the heck out of one another, which is the
Yeah.
next thing I want to get to. Of course, y'all promote y'all own films, right? But I see y'all do buku promoting for like other people films and all that, man. Why do y'all show so much love to other people films?
Well, to what a lot of people don't realize, if I just promote my films, first of all, we only have 6 movies out. We don't have enough movies just to promote our movies every day.
Right.
So in the midst of that, and understanding that every in this field, once one person watch a movie, they ready to watch another one. So once you realize that and not make it about yourself, that's how we even grew our following in our fan base from Facebook is promoting other people.
Yeah.
And so it wasn't just about us. So I will promote a whole bunch of people, and then I'll throw my movie in, promote a whole bunch of people, and then so it's not repetitive or whatever the case may be. So, and I encourage a lot of people like start if you want to see an increase in anything, start making it more about other people than yourself. And
Yes.
that's a lot of people issues. Start, especially when you get in a position where you got following or you could really make an impact. Start doing that stuff for people that's less fortunate or don't have that
Right.
following, can't reach that audience. And so that's why even when it comes to me, when it comes to producers, I don't turn down producers. Yes, I have a set price if you come to me, but if you can't afford that, it's more about what can you do. And some people just reach out and I just share, just because it just depends on the circumstances.
Right.
So it's building that comes from doing it for other people.
Yeah,
And so
and I feel like it's also we believe that God is blessing us, how big and how mighty He is blessing us, it's because we have a heart to be a blessing to other people and promote other people. Um, that's a big factor for us. We just want to be a blessing. We want to show love. We want all of us to win. It's not, the Black community kind of struggles with making sure we stay united and we help push each other forward. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what we're standing for. We just want to be a blessing. That's
Yeah.
the end of it.
Because people needed to
Right.
be also, you gotta understand before me doing this, of course, now there's a lot of people that's on Facebook and now they just built their whole following on supporting independent filmmakers.
Yeah.
So that started with us and without that, because we didn't have that, I
Yeah,
had
we
to
did.
create that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm just creating and doing something that I wish somebody did for me.
Yeah.
And if I'm able to do that, then I want to be able to provide that for other people because we was in a place where we reached out to people before and either you get ignored or they don't see it
Yeah.
or they charge you an arm and a leg, just to promote
Right.
something.
Yeah.
And so if I'm a filmmaker and I have artist marketing ability, well, I'm gonna relate to filmmakers and I'm not gonna say no because you can't afford something.
Yeah.
I'm not even high
Right.
anyway. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
charge low for a reason because it gotta make sense. I'm a filmmaker, so I understand.
Yeah.
Man, that's what's up, man. Cindy, what's going on? She said wonderful, and she said that makes a huge difference. And
Right.
it really does because like what I've noticed with y'all, not only do y'all support because y'all could just share it and that be it, but y'all like give insight to like, man, I saw this movie and the ending will fool you, or this is a great movie right here, or this is a what I'm saying? It's like y'all just don't, what I'm saying, promote, but y'all also like promote and like I guess get an extra, what I'm saying, advertising, what I'm saying, with it because sometimes we'll look at something and we'll keep on going. But if we look at it and it got like a description with it, like, a crazy ending. Oh shoot, but let me check that out. Let me see, what I'm saying, what it's about.
Yeah.
Could we actually be watching these movies too? You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
For the so you can have something to say. Because it's always something good. It's easy to pull out something bad and something.
Yeah.
But
right,
but me, that's even my name. Like I cannot like something, but it don't mean that I can't find something good to say.
Yeah.
Whether it's this is a new movie, even though the quality is not great, but there's something you could say, something you could do
Yeah.
to still get your point across without lying. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
right, right.
Or deceiving people.
Right, man, because it's been when I tell people like, yeah, I do, what I'm saying, review Tubi movies, whatever, they're like, oh man, it really ain't no good ones on now. And I was like, yeah, it may be some that may not be as good as others, you know what I'm saying? But you still like, okay, maybe the acting was like all right, but it had a great storyline,
Yeah.
what I'm saying, to it. And it's been a few movies like that, but like people at least from what I've seen, people just don't come out the womb, what I'm saying, being Denzel Washington to come out the womb being Denzel Washington. You
Nah,
know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like
Exactly.
we forget that Jamie Foxx did make a movie called Held Up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
yeah, he did. At the end of
You know what I'm saying? So people had they done or may not be done, but may not be up to a standard that you think that they would, say would be. But
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? If everybody could do it, everybody would be doing it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That I look at. So how did y'all feel? Because at one point in time, and it just kind of died down. Tubi Tubi movies were known for like having like weird stuff. Like you can see the man in the background with the boom mic, or you
Yeah.
can in the same scene a lady have on an orange shirt, and then like 2 seconds later she got on a purple shirt. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like how did y'all feel about people really making that the stigma at one point in time with Tubi movies?
Um, I feel like you have people have to understand that when it comes to independent films, it's always a lack of budget. Even when it comes to stuff like that, that's the editor, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes editors can be expensive because their job is very important. They're supposed to take that stuff out. You're not supposed to be able to see certain things, and you know what I'm saying? Like, and sometimes when you're filming and you don't have the production team that you need, you're going to have mistakes like that. But even you not having the production team you need, it's because you need money, or
Right,
you need somebody
Mhm.
who sees your vision and is okay with working and maybe not getting a check for a little while. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
okay,
Because how, I mean, with our films, you really don't see those type of mistakes in our films because our family, we take care of that stuff. You know, this is our family business. This is what we're building. We're trying to build this for our family, for our children, all of that stuff. So, um, you know, we're dedicated. So we're gonna make sure we're not gonna see no boom mic. You're not gonna see, but other people are not fortunate enough to have that type of support or have the money in their pockets to pay someone to pay attention to that type of stuff. So that's the thing people got to keep in mind. It's always a lack of budget when it comes to independent movies.
Yeah. Also, I mean, what you can account for is if a filmmaker's lazy.
Yeah.
Or if they just don't care,
Yeah.
or let stuff slide. I mean, you don't know that, what I'm saying? I don't think nobody will really tell you that
Yeah.
unless you have a one-on-one. But also when it comes to that in the marketing, how I feel about it is marketing, because if y'all wasn't doing that, Tubi wouldn't be as big as it is. So it had to go through a stage of persecution. But what were you supposed to do with all that following and that traffic was to get that money and invest into your production so you can get to where you see. Because the goal is not to stay on Tubi forever for free. The goal is to at least get your quality and storyline so good that people will be willing to buy and rent on Amazon, and it comes out free on Tubi later. Yeah. After it racks up. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, coming out on Tubi, that's for where we at right now, and people that's starting out, but that shouldn't be your goal to stay there. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't. You should be using this opportunity to build your skill set and invest in your production. So therefore, because the movies that last forever are the quality ones. People still watching movies from 80s, that's because of the quality. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? 50 years from now, if it's super low budget and you didn't really increase and you making 20 movies, they all look the same, them are not gonna last longevity. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I think about it. It's really marketing, and it's okay. People just gotta understand. I mean, it's hard to get the audience to understand like your situation. Like, hey, I didn't have this and that.
Yeah, so they don't care.
Yeah, instead of trying to do all that, you just got to realize that's part of it. So if they're like a budget, they're going to do stuff to go viral, and that at the end end up helping your movie, helping you get some type of finances.
Yes.
And if they wouldn't did that, you'll still be broke or still not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
So it's a good thing to me. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So I was going to ask this question later, but I guess I'll go ahead and ask it now. So what are you guys' ultimate goal as far when it comes to filmmaking?
Really, bro, to do. I mean, if something come and studios come, whatever they want to do stuff, but the really goal is to stay independent. I think because it's possible to stay on this level and make millions, you just have to match the same qualities Hollywood do. Yeah. And you don't even need them per se, because you have Tubi, you have Amazon, you can all go to these things yourself or through a distributor, and you never even need Hollywood's help. You know what I'm saying? Right. You know what I'm saying? There's people that's made millions, 20, like Secret Society. That's a independence. They did 1, 2, and 3, and they made millions from Amazon. Wow. And done well on Tubi. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So if you just look at that, it's possible. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So the end goal is to be able to do this independently as long as we can and just keep increasing our quality, because back then you needed studios. There was gatekeepers. There's still gatekeepers, but you don't need them. You don't need them. You can create your own fan base and push them on those mediums where you get more of the money, and it's not upfront. There's a reason why people give you upfront money. Yeah. Because whoever put up the most,
that's
is
benefiting.
Yeah, that's who's benefiting the most.
And also, you touched on that is we also eventually want to have our own distribution company, because right now I think the norm is distribution is taking 20 to 25% off of. So Tubi takes half, and then distribution takes another 20 to 25%. So that's really hurting filmmakers. With us, because we are filmmakers and we have our own movies, we wouldn't need a 20% because we have our own income. We're making our own money. We also have other business ventures that we want to do. So we don't necessarily need the money. We want to get into it to be a blessing to, upcoming filmmakers. So by charging 12 or 15%,
between
that's a
10 and
big,
15%.
yeah,
And if you're really making a lot of money from your film,
that's,
go lower.
yeah,
Because we're not trying to eat off independent filmmakers.
no, because we
Because we have our own films, and then I got my own marketing. So
yeah.
I'm not trying to eat off your film.
Mhm.
But if you go through our distribution, not only are you getting a low percentage, but I'm also marketing
Helping
your film.
market, because that's another
Right.
issue.
You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
another issue. A lot of distributors, they don't market.
They don't
You know
even
what I'm
market
saying?
your film. They just take the
They
money
just
for being
basically.
the gatekeeper.
So
and having the
basically, you're
relationship.
paying that fee for the plug.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which is cool. I understand it. That's where we at. But where I see where it's going, it needs to, because Amazon and Tubi, they both take their 50%. You know what I'm saying? You see something that, if you rent something on Amazon that costs $4.99, Amazon takes half of that. Tubi, they take half, but you never see that half. You only see your half.
Yeah.
But if you know you made 200,000, it's set up. Whatever you make, they make. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I also don't see why they wouldn't push those movies as hard as they do, because y'all make what, it benefits them. Y'all make whatever we make, y'all make. So if McGraw app is killing it on Tubi, if the Dirty D or any film is killing it on Tubi, I believe they should promote it, because they eating off of it too. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, it's just benefiting us.
Yeah.
It's benefiting Tubi.
Right.
Yeah, in the distribution. So just changing that, because it seemed like nobody's trying to go under that 20. So just like Tubi came in and just took over, we're trying to do that with distribution eventually, because we already got the marketing. So we just need to increase the marketing. And if you got the people, like they say, the money goes where the eyeballs is. So if you got the people, it'll be more easier and more beneficial for filmmakers to go with you for distribution, because not only you the lowest, but you're also offering to market our film.
Yes.
Right.
So get like more profit.
So y'all mentioned just to give people a kind of a round figure. Let me know if I'm wrong. If your film made $1 million, that's what it cleared, $1 million. With everything being taken out, whatever, you're actually only going to see a quarter of $1 million. Whatever, because if you make $1 million, Tubi gets that 50%.
So if you made $1 million on your side,
then that means
they
made
$2 million. You know what I'm saying? So whatever, they don't show you that.
Yeah.
It's just because
they take half.
But it's from the advertisers. It's not so when Netflix go up on their prices, well, what did Tubi do? They don't have subscribers. They take more from the filmmakers.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? They give you less per thousand. Yeah. So they can't go up because they don't charge the consumer. So we get penalized for it. So the customers on Netflix and all the other people, when they go up, they penalize the customers.
Yeah.
What Tubi is, they will have to take more from the cut that they're getting from the advertisers, which is not even coming from Tubi's pockets. It's coming from all the advertiser dollars, and they're just breaking percentages, and they determine how much they want. I mean, they could give us more. They could be a blessing. They could be less of a blessing for their own agenda.
Yeah.
And I'm just more on the side of, well, we already at a disadvantage, and who's in those sectors, looking out for the people that's actually doing numbers. So I just believe if somebody really doing numbers, give them more. Because if they're numbers, even if you take less, you're going to make more because they're doing the numbers. But taking more just because you can, I don't agree with that. But I get it. There's a process. We all got to go through stuff, and you just got to keep staying consistent, because if you get to the point where you're so good that too many people coming, the people gonna come. Netflix gonna come, all of them. So until they come, you just gotta keep putting in work, staying consistent, and earn your whatever you want, 15, 10%, or earn whatever you want from these people. Like all the crying and begging people to do something. No,
just do the work,
or do it yourself, or figure it out, because crying about it,
they don't care.
Yeah, trying to force somebody
in the first place.
Right, trying to force somebody to pay you more, or that ain't gonna work, because it's a business. If anybody have a business, I mean, I don't know their issues or they payouts or what all they got to do. So you just got to
Right.
put in.
Yeah.
Right. So y'all have obviously, went higher each round, and
Mhm.
y'all mentioned about distribution. Roland Martin put out something about Tubi. I don't know if y'all seen it, but he was
You talking about the
saying,
older black dude, right? With the
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So he was saying about how, Tubi is using, black folks to to make, all these other people rich or something like that. Is there any would you could you foresee yourself? I know y'all talk about distribution. What
Yeah.
about having your own platform streaming service cost your mind, or that's something that
Yeah.
y'all would rather not deal with?
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely that. Also, actually, Lisa Brown, the one that's over the Dirty D, and he,
She's
and
already
he played me. She already
she's already moving to
has a
that.
channel. You
Yeah.
know what I'm
Oh wow,
saying? That
okay,
yeah, that you could pay like I think it's $7 or $8.99. And I believe, because here's the thing with people, they see stuff and they want to go try to do it themselves. But why not just support who already
Who's
there
already doing it?
until it's your time? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
right.
Um, just not even that, like just support her because she already has something
It's
that
called Plush Productions. It's a app.
it's on a Roku, just
Yeah,
like
it's
how
on the
you can
Roku.
like go to Tubi on a Roku, you can go to Plus
Okay,
Productions and
Yeah.
sign up
makes
for
sense.
that.
Yeah.
Yep.
And my issue is, like it's fine that we're making people aware of what Fox is doing and stuff like that, but let's use that same energy to put the dollars back in the black pocket. And all these people who want to say, "Oh, I'm boycotting Tubi, I'm doing X, Y, and Z." Okay, promote and sign up for Plush Productions. You know what I'm
Because
saying?
that's black owned.
Because that's black
If you
owned.
want to talk about this, is
Yeah,
the only person that I know personally. I know there's other
she's the
streaming
only
sites,
one
but
I
this
know.
person actually doing numbers.
Yeah,
She's having success. She's blowing up actors.
yeah,
Their followers are growing, and the series are getting attention. So
yeah,
why not go to that than somebody that's just trying to start something?
yeah,
But you're talking about a person that's already doing numbers.
yeah,
So you don't even need faith to believe in this.
yeah,
Now it's just more of a consistency and timing thing,
yep,
and you just gotta just be
Right.
willing to support it.
yeah,
Because even what he was saying, like, oh, it's owned by white, but you got to understand, there's black people taken from black people.
yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Why only that independent stuff is only on Tubi? Why? I mean, you have an all black network, you have BET, but they're not letting
But they're
certain
not.
people in. It's
Yeah,
like a certain type of class of people.
yeah,
Right.
So regardless, so if you're talking about something, well, let's talk about the solution too. Like, what's the
yeah,
solution?
yep.
Because um, there's many billionaires, black people, but ain't nobody started a streaming company. We dealing with white people, whatever. They was just, of course, there first, and they the only ones that's giving us money. Like,
Bingo. That's another thing for me with people coming for Fox and Tubi and stuff like that. Okay, we're focused too much on white people. Let's focus on the fact that independent films are on Tubi, and you should, if you feel that way, don't stream any Hollywood movie. Don't just go on Tubi. It's
yeah,
free, so it's not even costing you nothing. You know what I'm
yeah,
Right.
saying? Go on Tubi and put on a black movie.
yeah.
That's how you don't try to boycott the system. You find ways to twist the system to your advantage. That's the only
Mm.
way we're going to get forward. Because like he said, there's no black billionaires or nothing that have opened up doors for independent
To
filmmakers.
everyone. That's what set Tubi different
Yeah,
because they're for everyone.
yeah,
BT Plus all black. They say it's all black, but it's only for a certain type of black production team or
yeah,
certain or what are we doing to elevate these people that's having success, but their quality's not there. Why are we not putting them on these platforms that's all black? And
yeah,
no, because people want to and that's what I'm saying. Like he's saying what's wrong, but he's not saying where to go or
yeah.
because Tubi has
Right.
fed a lot of black
Yeah,
producers
you're
to
hurting
be,
the black producers by even
yeah,
saying that because now you want us to go from we already have a small audience. Now you're trying to take the small audience that we do have and what? So now nobody's gonna watch our
well, so now
movies?
that you're gonna watch Netflix, I mean, them
Yeah.
are more white people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Y'all
So
making
we get
sense. Yeah.
that game. Then now nobody's watching content nowhere. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So we don't even
Black stories are not
let's
getting
not.
out there. Black stories are not being heard. That's not the way to boycott. let's go find. And if you want to boycott, then you need to give people the solution of where they can go, send them to Plus Productions or to send them to whoever is actually setting up something to where we
Yeah.
can mandate and control our own narrative.
But that's not what it's about, because at the end of the day, no matter who you do it for, you got to make somebody else money if you want to make money.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody
Right.
making money and they're not making some other entity or some other business or something else money.
Yeah.
Nothing. It's not only just income ever coming in. You know, you got to invest in. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
so if that is the case, I just don't. You know, I just don't understand that, because that's the only way we're eating.
Yeah.
And they the only ones letting every, you know, of course now they're getting a little more stricter. You can't just, you know what I'm saying, and they're putting out less content now.
Yeah.
But people see that as a bad thing. No, that's a good thing, because if you had the opportunity to get better and you didn't, that's your fault,
Yeah.
because it's too much. Everything we didn't go to school, bro, for none of this. So everything we learned,
YouTube.
yeah, YouTube and then experience.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
if you're not taking the opportunity to get better, and Tubi went to this transition, that's, and you could have came in late, whatever, you know, that's a whole nother thing. But man, the window was open for a while for just, you know, for you to build your quality.
Yeah.
And if you played
Right.
around with it, you know, that's nobody's fault but yours, because you got to seize the moment. You got to be ready for when your opportunity comes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Right. You know what? Our movie dropped last Friday. Not last Friday, but on the 22nd. And then it got the most popular 2 days later, and it's still one of the most watched movies by her.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
comes from marketing. We don't have no star power.
No star
It's just
power.
straight marketing.
Yeah.
Getting better, understanding what people like, understanding what Hollywood is doing,
Yeah.
and taking that same approach and putting it in the independent sector. So that's why, you know, like, this is one of the better quality Tubi movies. Well, yeah, because we're not comparing ourselves to each other. I'm comparing my work to what Hollywood's putting
Yep.
out, so I can
Right.
get the same results, because there's a reason their stuff is high quality. And even when they bomb, they still make millions.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
Not like they only bring in $100. You know what I'm saying? They it's just they overspent. You know what I'm saying? So that's
Right.
why they're even trying to spend less to make more. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. We got a question. Tracy, talk. What's going on, Tracy? She said, "What
Yeah.
movie inspired y'all to get into movies?"
What movie? To be honest,
Plug Love.
yeah, because there was a time in 2017. Now at this time, I think we was already a year into shooting short films, so
Yeah.
it was more like an elevation. Like, man, we want to get into, you know, this. But then when we seen Plug Love and how much success it had with Moolah Films and Murder Pain, we was
Yeah.
like,
And it was such a good
we was
movie.
like, man, it's really a audience for us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like so
Right.
people been lying all this time, like people don't want to watch independent, or even the fact that my thought process was, man, you can't live off this doing it independently. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the perception
Right.
that was out there.
Yeah.
And now as time go by, we in 2024, that perception is out the window. Like
Yeah.
it's more millionaires now. You know, it's more. I mean, kids is making millions. So it's like the door didn't open for everyone. And that and Plug Love would be that independent movie. Now it's hard to say like what film got you in, because when we started doing transition from the community work to movies, we love watching movies. You know what I'm saying? So it was more of that. Always, you know, the goal was really always to be in a
Get to
movie.
this. Yeah.
But we end up actually being the producers of producing these movies. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So of course, people always had dreams about wanting to be in a movie, but
Yeah.
you know, it was new actually producing the content. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Right.
Yeah, but Plug Love really made us realize like we can make
We
this
can
a
do
full
it.
time.
Yeah.
You know, because all it takes is one person to
To
do
break
it,
through. Yeah.
and that's how you know it's possible.
Mhm.
If there's
Okay.
nobody that did it, it's kind of hard to believe. But
Right.
once we seen that, and they had their success on Amazon before Tubi was what it was. So, and then they had success on Tubi. So when we seen that, we was like, oh, we know what we need to do. We just need to put in the work. You know what I'm saying? Because
Okay.
Detroit, they've been doing this since, you know, long time. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
And we just now on our sixth movie. We started 2018. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's
So
why
so
we're
so take us so take us back to 2018. You said your first movie
yeah,
was Pearl, right? So
mhm,
Yeah.
and then y'all had a what I'm saying, a sequel
Pearl
to it.
too.
So give us like a quick synopsis of Pearl and Pearl 2, man, for the people who may not have seen it.
Okay, these was the first one actually going to be a short film, but when we were still shooting those web series and the short films, that we were doing a short web series. But when we got to when we got to Pearl, we was like, man, we need to make this a movie. Like, we need to take this to the next step. We need to do a movie. Like, we already doing a whole bunch of these, and you really just doing them to build a skill set, not to make no money from them.
Yeah.
So once
Right.
we made that decision, we did that. Had a premiere, sold out, did it at the theater. It was amazing. At this time, we're not 2018. We're not even knowing nothing about streaming. The only thing we knew was Amazon.
Yeah.
So, but of
Right.
course, when you first starting out in 2018, ain't nobody trying to buy an independent movie around that time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Well, at least not a black independent film. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it was no money being made. So we even shot part two. Still no money. And then two years these films been out. A distribution came to us and wanted to just offer some upfront money. You know what I'm saying? So we like, well,
Oh
we ain't making
wow.
no. Yeah. We're not making no money from these anyway. So we, might as well do it. But then once we got to our third film, which is Unsurety, that's when we met Indie Rights. Uh, yeah.
Yeah.
We met Indie Rights, and they didn't have no following anything, and I had a following, but it was still to the place we had to get people still on board with watching independent films. Around this time, 2018, 19, people still big on um, 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 uh, people big on like Hollywood movies. And if they are independent, they're still Hollywood. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they
Right.
wasn't, they wasn't. So when we got to Unsurety and with Indie Rights, we start seeing, because indie rights are very informative. They let you know what's going on, and what well, at least what on their label, what people are making, so you can have a realistic idea what type of film you want to make. You know what I'm saying? So once we seen there was people making six figures in a quarter, we was like, oh, you know what I'm saying? We were like, we could do that
Right.
because like we know we believe in ourselves that much, and we're really this gifted, and if we don't stop, we can get here.
Yeah.
Right.
The next movie after shooting that, we accomplished that goal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Once we seen it was possible, we accomplished it.
PPP loan gone.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And recently we found out you can cross over seven figures on Tubi.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or just
Man.
period independent
Right.
film. So that's our goal with Buyer, to do those type of numbers, because now we're here to this point, and it's already doing what it's supposed to do. I mean, we're 9 days in, you know what I'm saying? We're about to finish this whole month off being the most popular, which that's the best place. That's the place where your movie is making the most money
Wow.
right now.
And Pearl is about basically an addict who is having struggles with everyday life. He's having issues in the romance. He's having issues with his father. And also we have like a hood street element to it too. It's a lot of different storylines that's in it, but yeah, he's hallucinating and you can't really tell what's real and what's not real because he's in and out. So, you think that he thinks that he's sober, and it's a mystery slash thriller because he is hallucinating, he is on drugs. And then part two, I mean, it just kind of goes right into answering questions because we have some twists in part one. So we had to come
Yeah.
back with part two and bring the circle back around. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it's a really good movie. Both of them are good movies. Fun fact: the two main actors, their husband and wife in real life. So it was really fun dealing with that. And they did an amazing job. So yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We got a statement. What's going on, Rachel? She said, I'm just now discovering y'all. This is so interesting. I'm so proud. Thanks for coming on to do this live. and thanks for having them too, Big Kane.
Oh,
Hey
thank you.
man, y'all have definitely like, I mean, y'all have definitely, what I'm saying, blown my mind with just, man, y'all have really, normally this is just like entertainment to get to know y'all, but y'all have really, what I'm saying, dropped some wisdom and some knowledge. And I'm not even a filmmaker, but has just like just inspired me just on, every level, just to keep on pushing,
Yeah.
to keep on going, man. So y'all are definitely, y'all been a blessing, to me just from,
Yeah.
Oh,
this short little time. So when did y'all film? Y'all film Pearl 1, well Pearl in 2018, and when did y'all film on Pearl 2?
Yeah,
2019.
2019.
Oh, right, back to back. Wow,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. It's
And
that it's kind of been consistent. Like we've kind of shot every year.
Yeah,
We put
like
out a movie
in
every year at the
2020
least.
we shot some of the scenes and
Hmm.
then we finished it in 2021, but it also released in 2021.
What Unsurety, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Unsurety.
Unsurety.
And
Yeah.
then ever
okay,
since, yeah. And then we shot PPP Loan came out in 2022.
Yes.
And then this year was the first year we had two movies released within the same year. And that's
Yeah.
Joint
Joint
Custody and
Custody
By Her.
and then By Her. Joint Custody, I think, released in January or
February.
February, and then
By Her
By Her just
released
released
December.
in December. Yeah.
okay. So give people a little taste about what Unsurety is about. Let them know.
Unsurety, oh my gosh, Unsurety. Before By Her came out, and Shirley was my favorite one that we have shot. The whole family, because this was during the pandemic. So, we were shut in the house and the whole family just sat around the computer and we all came up with this movie. A lot of this movie is based off of personal experiences we've all had.
Mhm.
Um, it's about this girl named Olivia. She has an old college fling, and he ends up coming back into her life, but her life is a hot mess. So she's having to deal with her hood ex guy, dealing with the new guy, and her having secrets, and it gets real twisted. It's a lot of family drama, a lot of family secrets that end up getting exposed. And yeah, y'all, I think y'all would really love Unsurety. I actually want to say it's the movie out of all the ones that we've done, it's the movie that consistently does good because it has that juicy edge, it's real drama. It has the hood aspect for the people who like hood stuff. It has the drama and the romance for people who like drama and romance. It has all of it. And it's a little bit funny too. So not a little bit, it's a lot funny. So
It were yeah, like y'all was, and you can see that from what y'all was saying earlier about y'all aspired to be like, say Hollywood type, production. And you can, it's like you get that feel, with y'all movies from the movie quality, to the script, to the acting. And just like you were saying, Mrs. Bray, it's like y'all are able to be so diverse. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? And we're gonna talk about her in a minute, but it's like y'all can have like, it may be a couple of storylines going on because I'm like, okay, I'm paying attention to what's going on with them two. Okay, I'm paying attention, but it always, comes
Yeah.
together, like that. But that's the thing about it. Like if you're watching, some of these movies like that, like you can't be, well, I'm gonna play spades over here and then try to
Yeah,
watch. Nah, you gotta
right. You
really.
can't do that. You have to pay attention. Like you have no choice because we really do. We really sit down and try to figure out, okay, we need to put a twist here. We need to put a twist here. And we put small details because this is what Hollywood does. They put
Right,
small details in their movies. And then by the time the end of the movie comes back, you need to remember what happened earlier so that you can get what's about to take place. You know what I'm saying? And I
right.
really think we're able to be um diverse like that, it's really because of where we grew up from.
Yeah.
Because that's why I love it. People hate on, they
Yeah.
sleep on Wichita, Kansas, but because It's a lot of white folks here. It's a
Yeah,
lot of Mexicans here.
it's only 10% black people
Yeah,
here. So our
so
perception,
we don't
yeah,
have a choice but to walk around and be open-hearted and be willing to try and do different things and meet different people, because we don't see our people here is not a lot. We don't have a lot of black folks here, you know.
Right.
So I feel like that is what gives us our edge and separates us from everyone else, and why our stories are different, because we are in a different type of environment.
Right.
yeah,
And you could tell that that well, for one thing, it has to be interesting. 'Cause even with like in my mindset, like okay, I need a movie to be between an hour 20, hour 30 is pushing it unless it's like an Avengers, you know what I'm saying, Marvel type movie.
Yeah.
And somebody was like, man, you need to see, you know what I'm saying, PP Long, you know what I'm saying, gone. I'm like, man, that's a long movie, man. I like y'all know I don't do long movies, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, y'all telling me how you but it was entertaining. It was funny.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? It was entertaining, man. So like what is y'all method behind the madness to have movies that just me personally that are considered long but still are like entertaining?
I feel like um I feel like for the movies that you really have to like pay attention to, and for you to have all the twists and turns, I feel like it has to be a longer movie. Like if you go, even if you go look at Acrimony by Tyler Perry, or if you go look at some of those drama mystery movies, they're always longer because you kind of need a subplot. You need to be able to give people a backstory so that you can understand why the character is the way that they are, and you know what I'm saying. So when you decide that you have to do a long movie, you have no choice but to make it interesting, or people are not
Right.
going to. That's why we have to implement, even if it's a serious movie like By Her, we have funny
Mm,
moments in By Her, but they were
yeah,
serious, and that's what made it funny, because
yeah,
the actors were so serious, but what they were saying and what they were doing was hilarious.
yeah.
So you have to be
yeah.
creative with ways. You know what I'm saying? You got to be
Right.
creative.
And that's like a niche for us. Like in every movie is gonna be you're gonna laugh because
Yeah,
we can't get away from it.
we're funny,
We don't
all of
like
us.
movies that the whole movie is serious
Yeah,
because some people just turn it off. So we throw that humor,
yeah,
that serious comedy where they're being serious but it's funny
Right.
in order to keep people engaged so you can focus on the storyline.
yeah.
Because you get a few
Right.
laughs in there, they'll stay
You'll
engaged because
say, yeah,
they're like, man, he's so serious, but it's so funny. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even with PPP long, been that long, we didn't mean for it to be that long. It's
No,
just that was in our stages of trying to figure out how to write a longer script. You know what
yeah.
I'm
Right.
saying? And when we got down to it, it came out to be 2 hours and 14 minutes. And so that's why the
Yeah, I was
next,
like
yeah, that's why.
I was like, I don't
But
know, fam. I'm
also,
gonna have to pass on this one.
but also, us doing that, we didn't have to do a part two to it because we put everything in one
And
movie.
one,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? That's why the
Right.
next movie, Joint Custody, was only an hour and 31 because then we figured out, okay, we got to do less pages, to
yeah,
get this,
yeah,
whatever. And then of course, By Her was exactly what we know exactly
yeah. Like
how to get a time frame because we done 6 movies. So we
yes,
planned for about 150. We wanted to be under 2 hours, but we
yeah,
wanted to be over an hour and like 40,
40,
something like
yeah.
that.
Okay, there. We got another comment from Rachel. I'm gonna see how Kansas. There's no
Mhm.
place like home. This year is one of my goals to support more independent filmmakers of color by watching and by acting in them. Stage play
Yeah.
acting has been my long love. I've only done one local short movie, The Preacher's Kid, on YouTube, and I've always been interested in being in film. I'm about to go watch Unsurety after this. Sounds so good.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
And she also said, so true, gotta have some comedy to break it up and add emotional diversity, comic relief.
Yes,
Yeah.
because honestly, there have been some Hollywood movies that had me like in my feelings, and then it ended with me still being in my feelings. I didn't like how heavy it weighed on me, you know?
Mhm.
Like I didn't realize like you really do need the comic relief, because sometimes people get into movies so much. Like I get into movies when I watch. I be stressed out when I'm watching movies and TV
Mhm.
shows because I get into it, and that's why you need the comic relief, because you want people to still have a good feeling about your movie
Yeah.
and want to rewatch it.
Even
Right.
yeah, even Jordan Peele, the type of films he do. But if you watch Get Out, Us, and Nope, they all have comedic
Yeah.
relief. You know what I'm
Yeah.
Shout out
saying?
Lil Real.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So,
Yeah.
that and so that's our approach. Even if we
Mhm.
do a horror or thriller, like it's gonna have, but it's gonna make sense to us. It's not gonna be goofy. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's just gonna be what a black person really do, like he didn't know.
Hollywood
He,
say, yeah.
you know what I'm saying? It got to be real to whatever audience you're trying to attain, and so
Yeah.
that's our approach. And it's always gonna be that because I don't, just making a movie that's serious the whole time. I mean, I don't know. Some people probably get away with that, whatever the case may be. But this works for us. How we
Yeah.
do it, it's a way, it's a
It's our
strategy.
style.
Our writing, we market with our script.
Yeah.
We don't
Right.
wait till the movie get done to start marketing. We like, okay, man, if you say this, they gonna post this on Facebook, they're gonna post this on TikTok, and it's gonna go viral. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Because I'm thinking about viral stuff, looking at stuff that do go viral,
Hmm.
and coming up with real situations. Because if you realize, a lot of us go through the same stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
Yeah.
that's why stuff go viral because they can relate to it.
Yeah.
So we take
Right.
that relatable stuff, create scenes, and do a whole, and make it fit in the story that we're trying to construct and give out our point of view for entertainment.
Yeah.
You gotta entertain, or else they don't turn off your
They don't
movie.
turn it off.
Right. So with PPP long gone, like was that just like, what I'm saying, man? Because was that done during the pandemic? Or was
Uh, no, that came
Right
out.
after.
That came out 2020, 2022. So
Yeah.
no, that was done in 2021, part of 2022,
Yeah.
and it was more on that side. Was just more. We was a real official business, but we couldn't get
We
the
didn't do
PPP
the
loan because by the
PPP.
time we found out about it,
It was. I
um,
think the deadline was already over.
no, with that and the money was gone. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
a
So we was like, so how can
lot
we
of some
still
people that didn't
benefit?
even need it.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
we was like, how can we benefit? I told my dad, I was like, why don't we make a movie about the PPP loan? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so we got to work on it and
Okay.
made it comedy. And because we found out people was getting it fraudulently, people was going to jail,
Going to jail.
people stuff was happening, stuff like that. We was like, that'd be a
That
real.
would be
And
hilarious.
because look, we ain't got no money really like that. We don't got no money for no star power.
Yeah.
We don't. So you have to, as a filmmaker, you have to look at what's your advantage, and the advantage is look out what's going on in the world. And if you don't have none of those elements, then the name of your movie is going to be important.
Yeah.
And
Right.
that's what we use. We use
Yeah.
something that was bigger than us. PPP long gone.
It already had an IP.
Right.
It already had approved. So this is what Hollywood do. They don't. That's why they take very few risks with movies because they like, I don't know what it's gonna do. There's no audience for it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's why they do comic books, true stories, stuff that really happened based on true events because it has an audience that's familiar or know about it, or it's a big thing that's big right now, and they do a movie on it.
Yeah.
That's called a proven IP, and that's what we did to get that push.
Right. Rachel again, she said these titles, Lord, PPP long gone, ingenious,
Yeah,
so
see,
relatable to the titles, attention getter.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
just the name, you're gonna at
You're
least
gonna want to click
look,
on it
look,
at
look like,
least.
what's this about?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
that was the goal, even with joint custody, dealing with a lot of men and women that are dealing with joint custody,
Yeah.
and that was our goal for that. Just make a movie that's dealing with what goes home in a split home,
Mhm.
what happens and the things, you know what I'm saying, and still give you that comedic relief.
Yeah, and fun fact, the baby in there is our daughter. We had to we put her in. Yeah.
Okay then,
Yeah.
man. So y'all creating a dynasty over there. I hear you.
Yes, yes. Our niece, she's an unsurety. She was a toddler at the time. She's an unsurety as well.
Yeah.
So
Okay, man. So we finally got to it now. Y'all said this is still, and what I'm saying, most popular, man. This is by her, and you know, I was reading some of the reviews. I said, okay, I said, let me look at. Well, I was gonna watch it anyway, but they were all good reviews. But I kept seeing people say, "Man, it's this going on and that going on," and I said, "Okay, normally when that's happening, you know what I'm saying? Like you really got to pay attention because you may miss something that
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying that you were supposed to see, and now it's not making sense because you're over there playing spades. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And not
Or
watching,
frying some chicken. Somebody
and not
said.
watching the food to the book because like even if you like, I'm not gonna tell a lot of because I want people to tune it in that haven't tune into that haven't watched it. Even in the beginning, you know what I'm saying? It's in one part, and then boom, it fast forward 2 years later. So if you like miss that part, you done, oh man, I got sick. And then you just see the dude in the, you know what I'm saying, in the bed, you like, you don't know what in the world, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
going on. So
Yeah.
that's in the first few minutes, you know what I'm saying, of the, you know what I'm saying, of the movie. So what inspired y'all, you know what I'm saying, for, you know what I'm saying, for By Her? Because I ought to with just listening to it, and I know me and you had talked a little bit about it, you know what I'm saying, on Messenger or whatever. So I'm thinking like, even on the trailer, I'm like, okay, this some kind of, you know what I'm saying, indecent proposal, you know what I'm saying, type thing. But it was like, you know what I'm saying, a lot more than that. And tell Miss Deborah, like, you know, I got a home theater system that I want. So she's still that sugar mama that's willing with a lot of cash. Tell Miss Deborah, you know what I'm saying, to hop about DM, you know what I'm saying.
Right.
But
Exactly.
what inspired By Her?
So I would have to say, it's just like what my husband was just saying about having a proven IP. Um, with for when you're deciding what to create and how to market something. Indecent Proposal had a proven IP. I believe it made over 300 million in the box office when it first came out. So
Yeah, that plot was interesting for
and
people.
that the plot was interesting, but while we were watching it, it was a lot of times where we was getting a little bored. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just how they do stuff and how we do stuff is just a little bit different.
Right,
So when we watched
Yeah.
it, we were like,
Yeah.
okay,
Because
this part of it is good. So we're gonna take this small part of it and then we're gonna add a whole bunch of stuff, do some twists and turns, and add a whole bunch of subplots, and we're gonna make it into our own. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So that was really the
Well, because
inspiration.
yeah, because even if you watch Indecent Proposal, back then around that time, billionaire, older white dude, he didn't really have no motive. He just wanted to sleep with her. Well, we gave our
right,
character a little more motive, a little more intentional because he's black,
Yeah.
and it's 2024.
Yeah.
And now back because that was 30 years ago. Back then, you didn't really see a black man with that type of money, so that's
Yeah.
why
right,
it wasn't a black person in that role. But in
Yeah.
2024, there's a lot of black millionaires.
And
You know
it's
what I'm saying?
and
right,
it's believable because I mean, if you pay attention to the news or to the shade room, it's a lot of rich people doing some crazy stuff with their money.
oh yeah.
So it's like when we,
Oh yeah.
adding that piece to it, it's like, okay, people can resonate with that in 2024 because this is what we see every day when we get on social media. Somebody cutting up because they got too much money and they don't know, they ain't doing what they're supposed to do with it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
Right,
and just knowing that that movie did that well 30 years ago, they never did nothing to it again. So we like, man,
We
Tubi
might as
is
well.
a whole different audience. We
Yep.
can make it
right,
a black cast, make it our own way, but keep that same element that made Indecent Proposal so
Yeah.
potent, and give it our own story. And now even going to doing a part two
Yeah.
is really our own story because they never took it
They
that far
never.
to do a
Yeah.
part
right,
two. So and you're seeing the results of doing a proven IP. So the people that's a little older, they familiar with it. But when you watch it, you realize there's nothing like it.
Yeah.
And then the people that's our age, I'm 25, she's 23, they've never seen a plot like this. So to
Yeah.
them, it's like, oh man,
Yeah.
this is something, you know what I'm saying? Because
right,
they didn't make that movie for the next generation,
Yeah.
but we did. And we're
Yeah.
having success because of that. It's to prove it's the same thing while Hollywood do remakes, spin-offs.
right,
They take something,
Books.
yeah, they take something that's been done before and twist it and make it their own way.
Yeah.
Even some of these movies that you thought was a new idea really wasn't. It was just a
right,
super older movie idea
Yeah.
that you didn't know about, or they took it from a viral moment that had, like even Jordan Peele in Nope. He took the monkey. The monkey really did that to somebody in real life, rip
Yeah.
off the face. So
Yeah.
he took that story and made it into his own movie and his own idea
Yep.
and gave it to the people. And he got you
Good
know,
response.
he got a good response.
Right.
Same what we're doing. So it's not all about just coming up with this new story and you wonder why your movie not doing good because you're working too hard. You know what I'm saying? Hollywood don't even work that hard. They popping out stuff. I know people be like, oh, but this is what's making money. You know what I'm saying? This plot was proven. It's 30 years old. So it's a whole new generation of kids that have never seen something like this and give you the idea. If you got money, don't be doing that because you're going to be like Anthony. You know what I'm saying? Because, I don't care how strong of a man you think you is. Even Adam 22 right now, like, listen, man. At the end of it, it's gonna be disaster.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because we already know, you know, when a woman, you know, get a man, it's more intimate emotionally. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So we just showing you like it's not a good idea. You know, especially
and this happens in real life. I'm sure
this stuff happens.
This is somebody's story somewhere.
Right.
And you know, a woman will want a man to pay $1 million for it. You know what I'm saying? That's like, that's what they were saying.
Let me get it.
That's what the women was, you know, inboxing the real actor of by her, like,
Tyler
you know,
Payne,
you still gonna pay $1 million for it, you know what I'm saying? They wish a man could pull out $1 million for it. You know what I'm saying? So you have that, and then you have the men, of course. They, you know, me feeling like that's something I never do. You know what I'm saying? So, but then you got some men, they're like, sure, I got 2 of them you can have. You know what I'm saying? So
that's the real thing too. We're in a generation right now where women are kind of like, you know, don't even get in my inbox unless you cash app at me, or you know what I'm saying?
Unfortunately,
where that is, you know, there's OnlyFans and all of this stuff. So that was another thing of making it more more relatable to this generation, is because these are real elements. Like these are real elements.
Yeah, and it made 300 million. So also let you know how freaky the people was back then.
Yeah.
It was like that's like a good spot right there. You know what I'm saying? Paying for it, paying a whole other level.
Man, and I don't know if anybody else peeped it, but I also love what y'all did in part of the movie.
Yeah, you know.
I was like, hold on. I was like, that looked familiar.
Yeah.
I was like, that looked familiar. You know what I'm saying, over there, man. Man, thank y'all. I wanna ask y'all 2 more questions. I'm gonna go ahead and get y'all on up out of here, man. I thank y'all so much. In the Facebook group, best new Tubi movies, man. Wild group, right? So, what's the craziest post that y'all have ever seen that didn't make the light of day? if y'all can say it.
I'm trying to think. I would have to say, I feel like the craziest posts are always them when they're making fun of actors, like their hair or their makeup or the shape of their head, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. But
that's pretty.
One thing was when actors' personal life bleed into the group. So if they're not being faithful or they're doing something
allegedly
with another actor, you know, allegedly, of course, doing something with another actor and they had a previous relationship or whatever, that person get in the group and start talking
and
about
try to be messy.
Try to be messy. Y'all favorite Tubi actor is this and that.
Their careers and stuff like that.
Stuff like that. So I guess that was like one of
there was some posts that we could not let in because it's like, okay, you're doing too much.
Trying to put out that the girl number, that he's the number of this female that she
actress,
you know, so that was pretty crazy because I'm like, dang, that I mean, that just lets you know you better be solid in your relationship or it'll bleed, you know, elsewhere. You know, I'm not dealing with those issues, you know what I'm saying? So you know, and even for that to happen, and what's so crazy, she tried, you know, this is still happening, and this happened beginning of 2023. You know what I'm saying? And it's still
every time they come out with a new project together, she gonna come around and try to start some mess. So,
I'm like,
we're not with it. We don't support it. We don't stand with it. That's not how we.
Because it's just too messy, and it's not, you know, it's not doing nothing. You know, for nobody.
Right.
So that would be crazy.
That's true.
Relationship bleeding through the group.
Yeah.
what you do in your personal life. So even if if anything happened in the Tubi actor's personal life, they pretty much will say something, or even when Erica Mena with the Tubi originals got in some trouble, or she said that on the show
Right,
about monkey or something, that bled in through there. So
Yeah.
that type
right,
of stuff for sure.
right, right. So in that same vein, with y'all being filmmakers, have y'all ever gotten any crazy movie requests? Like, hey, y'all need to make a movie that like this, or anything along those lines?
Yeah, we always, I mean, not super crazy, but that's one thing people are gonna do when they get a chance to talk to us is like, hey, I got this
I mean,
movie
one
y'all need to
dude
do.
just recently and by her, he was like, he was to one of the actors that was supporting. He was like, man, I love the movie. He was like, tell the director, don't be scared to show some titties or something. I'm like, listen, bro, me and my dad were married. You see my wife, right? She's not gonna let me film the titties. You
Come
know
on
what I'm
now.
saying? So we have to be creative even when we do our sex scenes, and that it's tasteful, and it don't make you wanna, it don't get you hard or nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that's not what we're trying to do. We're
And we
trying
want
to
to
make
be
Yeah,
sure
classy and
that the
tasteful,
sex scenes are fitting in the story. Even the
Yeah.
ones that we had, we showed their relationship, how intimate, and then we showed our auntie, which is an escort. So we had to show you how she get down.
Yeah.
Uh,
right,
but then that's it. You don't need to keep showing. You know
And
what I'm
then
saying?
we also had like we have a almost 2 year old. Our niece is almost 5. Like they love watching our movies. Like our daughter loves to watch by her, but it's like we have to be careful because like obviously we do have a scene in there that she cannot see, but it's not
right,
so either. It ain't no nudity or nothing. So it's
right.
like we're also trying to think about our kids and our family who's watching it. And we just we want to, I love how the older movies let you imagine
Yeah.
stuff, like they let you think about what happened next. They don't show you, and not knocking nobody else who decides to go all the way there with the sex scenes. Like that's your style. But for us, far as our style, we just like for it to be alluded, like for you to think about it and not really see it.
Yeah.
Gotcha, gotcha. Got another comment for Rachel. She said, yes, if you have something that reminds me of my favorite, then I'm going to watch it. We are wired like that, LOL, creative license. You can't steal an idea, but you can use it as a base to build on
Yeah.
numerous times to infinity and beyond. Dang, I type slow. Y'all already moved on in the discussion.
You're okay, girl.
Okay, so I'm gonna get y'all out of here with this one. Um, and for anyone who's watching, I didn't ask them the question behind scenes or prep them that I was gonna ask this kind of question, but we finna get their raw, real reaction on this one. You guys have I'm sorry, you guys have 6 movies, right?
Mhm.
If Tyler Perry came to y'all and said, I'm gonna give y'all 3 million for each movie, but all of it is now Tyler Perry. It's just like y'all never wrote PPP Long Gone, Unsurety, Pearl 1, 2, Joint Custody by her. It is all mine, but I'm giving y'all 3. So if my math is good, that's 18 million. I'm giving y'all 18 million for y'all to give me these movies and y'all walk away. These are no longer Bray films. These are now Tyler Perry films. Are y'all taking that deal?
Immediately, no. Immediately,
Wow.
no.
No, I
No.
mean, and then it also comes down to because we want to own our stuff just like he owned his stuff. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Right.
So if you're also presenting the deal like that, I'm gonna eventually make that because people don't present deals that they don't think they
Awesome.
can get money back on. You know what
Exactly.
Awesome.
I'm saying?
I love
So
that. I love that.
we want to stay in that, and plus, you ain't got to buy nothing new. We can create something new for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So let's talk about if you're willing to buy what we did. Surely you'll be
Then
ready
just
to invest
invest in
in
us.
something more than,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
Shoot,
that's
y'all
another
give them an
thing.
acrimony too, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's
Starting
another
the Tubi
thing.
thing.
And that's another thing. Like people, even our people, wanting people to be under you, or wanting a
Yeah.
person to be in contract. You want to keep a person, like under you. When in reality, you should be creating bosses, creating people. It
Right.
should be with and not come under me or let me
Yeah.
do this.
Partners.
Eventually, you should never look at a human and think they're supposed to be under you for any of the length amount of time. It should be whenever you're ready to go. I'm just doing what God telling me to do to assist and help you where you're trying to get to.
Yeah.
But you free to go whenever. Like there's no, you know what I'm saying? And I don't like when people do that because it's like now you acting like you own people or
Yeah.
like they owe you. In reality, there's nothing new under the sun. God put you in that position to be a blessing, not to be
Man,
controlling people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
right,
So just bring that back. Let people be free. If you're gonna invest in people, invest in them and believe, but don't try to control them and how they need to. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a, you know what I'm saying, and just be genuine. And there's a lot of people put when they put money up, uh, they got like agendas and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like they
Yeah.
want
right,
control. They like that's why even if you're investing, it needs to be a grant and not a loan. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because I don't want to deal with, now you got something to say. Now you see, we ain't got to do all that doing it ourselves.
Yeah.
And what we're doing is working. And the fact that you bringing that amount of money to us lets me know what we're doing is working. So why would you try to change that?
Yeah.
Hollywood do this a
right,
lot of people, and people have to fight them against that. Like, bro, I know what I'm doing. I know my audience.
Yeah.
If you watch the Tyler Perry documentary, he dealt, he invested in his own stuff because they didn't believe.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I guess at that time you had to take that, but once I did it myself, see, I guess it wasn't no streaming for him to do that stuff on himself. But
right,
now you ain't got to take them deals. Like if a person don't believe in me up front, I don't really want your money because now it's only because I showed you what I could do. You know what I'm saying?
right,
And if I can show you what I could do, I might as well just do it myself
That's right.
because the money
right.
eventually gonna come. It's gonna take longer.
Yeah.
But white people understand that black people don't like waiting. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
That's right.
They need that now so they can get that change. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So they can go get whatever your desires is. And that's why they buy all the
And then they
property, buy
lowball
all the
you.
land, and,
Yeah.
and own everything.
Yeah,
They thinking about their generation. We are thinking about
Ourselves.
living right now for
Yeah,
the
and that's
moment.
another big reason why we would never do a deal like that because we have a daughter to think of. When we own our stuff, we know that she's forever going to eat off of these movies. When we
Yeah.
give it away, 18 million? No. We're trying to set things up to where her kids is good. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Our goal is, and 18 million ain't gonna cut it.
right.
No
Rachel
million.
said, great question and great answer. No, just no, but counter, counter, counter. Negotiations are open for other options, Mr. Perry. Ha ha ha.
Period.
Yeah, Mr. Perry. If you was thinking about the Tubi King Killer movie, me and the Braves gonna work on that.
Right.
We finna work on that. We finna negotiate. What's going on, sis Angie? She said there's a lot into getting approved for a grant. Any suggestions? Are you talking
Uh,
about as far as like movies or?
yeah, I'm pretty sure she's talking about movies, but any type of grant, I wouldn't have no access because nobody ever gave us no money. Ain't nobody, we haven't got no loan. Everything that
No.
we pull from
Our
within.
own pockets.
Can nobody be like, yeah, I invested it in
And Lisa Brown is the same. A lot of the
independent that you see?
independent
Yeah,
people who are doing well, most of them did
they're
not
pulling
get
from
any
their
loans or
own.
anything.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Wow.
And the reason why, we're not trying because again, once somebody put money in your hand, they're your boss or
They're gonna
got
try to tell you what
they got
to
some
do.
type of control and,
Yeah.
and just doing how we doing it is working. So why we want to change that? People think they need to do extra stuff to get to the next level when in reality, just go on your course.
Yeah.
Because you look
Right.
at Hollywood, Issa Rae or whatever, she's talking about,
Going to
going the
independent.
independent route.
Yep.
Well, even Taraji
Taraji.
complaining about, well, here's the thing, Taraji. If you did it independent with one of the best filmmakers that's independently, you would get what you want because you
Yeah.
will make that, put it on Amazon and Tubi yourself.
Yep.
And
Right.
you would name your price. Any filmmaker would do that with you because they know the numbers you move. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? And you 500, well, you want 1 million? Let's see what you can bring in. Like let's test it. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you really want that, like come this way, because that's what people eventually end up going anyway. Jason Mitchell already did that. The dude that played Easy E for NWA. We did
Right.
an interview. Brian Hooks, he been on the independent, so
Yep.
it's just really like our people sometimes seek that Hollywood attention. You know what I'm saying? You want to be the next Will Smith, but not everybody can be Will Smith. Not everybody can be Tyler Perry or Jordan Peele. You have to be your own. You know what I'm saying? So we just got to get back to the point of being grateful and thankful and put in work and stop depending on people to put you in big stuff
And to be fair
and create your big stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's
Right.
what we doing. Ain't nobody doing that. Like Bot Her is having success because of us.
Yep.
Nobody's doing it. Not even Tubi. Tubi's not helping promote it. We push that to most popular and making the type of money that it's making.
Absolutely.
So, you know what I'm saying? So I just know we can stay consistent, and eventually them people Netflix don't want to call and do original or do stuff like this because they see that we have the people. Wherever the eyeballs is, that's where they're gonna put their money in. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. Man, so once again, man, thank y'all so much, man, for sitting down with the Tubi King, man. Y'all definitely dropped some knowledge, man. Had
I appreciate
entertaining.
you for having me.
Shoot, man, just found out that y'all been destined to be together since like 2 and 1 years old. You know what I'm saying? So, man, hey, I definitely learned a lot, man. But do y'all have anything that y'all want to let, besides the movies that y'all already have out, do y'all have anything that y'all want to let the people know that you have coming up or anything else that you're working on?
I mean, we're working on a movie called To Be Honest, and then we're going to do By Her too. But other than that, but other than that, man, just keep pushing. Don't let people discourage you. Just keep elevating each project, specifically with filmmaking or anything that you do. Just keep getting better and stay consistent. A lot of people don't get to the destination is because they give up too soon, or they're not elevating as they go. You gotta be real with yourself. If you're not increasing, if you're not doing because you gotta realize we're a family of 5, bro, shooting movies. The average person would tell you you need this to shoot a movie, you need that, and we just bypass all that. You know what I'm saying? We're not doing all that. We don't have people on set. It's just our family, and we're figuring out how to take our time and maximize what we have and increase your skill set and your value. So our look don't determine how much money we can spend on a movie. It determines how much we're willing to learn and develop ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Is it To Be Honest? It was supposed to be To Be Honest, but our distributor and they got with Tubi. They didn't say no. They just said that it might be an issue because we're using the Tubi name, so it would have to be the first. The TO. But we wanted it to be To Be Honest because that's what it meant because it's dealing with a Tubi actor, and we have a whole detective plot to it. So it was going to bring this psychological thriller to Tubi, but in our way. You know what I'm saying? Still gonna be humorous or whatever, but we was gonna, because each movie we do is different. We wanted to take it to the next even more.
Right. Man, that's dope. That's dope, man. So thank y'all. Thank everyone for tuning in, for everyone that was asking the question, that shared, tagged, whatever, man. Thank y'all so much. But as always, this is brought to you courtesy of the 2020 Podcast LLC. Please say the LLC. Make sure you go to our YouTube channel and hit that subscribe button, man. We got dope content coming out every other day. Also to our sponsor, Black Renaissance Clothing Brand, make sure you go to the website, www.shopblackrenaissance.com. If you have not already pre-ordered your Mardi Gras gear, man, Mardi Gras is here in the birthplace, Mobile, Alabama. So make sure y'all go to the website and get your Mardi Gras. Yes, sir.
That's a clothing brand?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm going to get with y'all after we get off.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Also, if you're in the Mobile area or in the Gulf Coast area, or if you're visiting for Mardi Gras, make sure you head on down to 105 North Jackson Street, aka Canary Bar, man, for great drinks, great vibes, great atmosphere, and great music, man. Go holler at my girls, Tam and Fifi, man, down at 105 North Jackson Street in the heart of the entertainment district, downtown Mobile, Alabama. Also, if you're down here visiting, you know what I'm saying, for Mobile, and you say, oh, man, I like Mobile, you know what I'm saying, they're all right. Or if you're already down here in Mobile and you want to buy a house, want to sell a house, want to buy land, want to sell land, want to trade land, want to trade a house, holler at my girl Rosalind Spencer with Keller Williams Realty, and she will put you in the spot that you need to be in. And she's punctual. She's a ball of energy. If you was having a bad day, once you get around my girl Roz, you will instantly have a good day, man. So make sure y'all holler at Rosalind Spencer with Keller Williams Realty. And last but not least, K. Marie Photography. No matter what you need, if you need black and white photos, wedding photos, vintage photos, alter ego photos, sensual photos, my girl K. Marie got you, man, and she would definitely you know what I'm saying, hook you up. And as always, is brought to you by an EBH Productions. Make sure
Yeah.
that y'all tune in next Tuesday for the Tubi King. I'll holler at y'all later.
Bye.
Oh, hold on. Did we get another question? Okay. Just confirm it. All right. Talk to y'all later.
All right.